All right. Hi, everyone. My name is w.Wale. Welcome to Small Biz Takeover. I'm today's special guest. I specialize in helping people. I specialize in teaching people how to build generational wealth with real estate, and that leads me to today's topic: how to build generational wealth with real estate. And feel free to ask questions. If you want to ask a question, just go to the question mark button at the bottom and ask me any question and I will answer. So today we're going to talk about how to build generational wealth. Now, what is real estate and what is generational wealth? Real estate is pretty much a building with a land. And why is real estate so important? Real estate is important because we will always need somewhere to live, especially with this kind of situation we're in right now. Everybody needs somewhere to live, and that's why real estate is important. That's why we need to invest into real estate, and that's why we need to know and learn about real estate. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things. Hello. Today we're going to talk about types of real estate. What are the different types of real estate? We're going to talk about how to secure financing, and also how to build generational wealth. Feel free to ask me a question at any time. All right, so let's go to the first topic. The first topic is what are the types of real estate and what are the types of investments. So the different type of real estate: there's residential, there's commercial, there's land, and there's REIT. So a residential is a kind of real estate where we all need a place to live, we all need a place to sleep, we all need a place to have our family in, and that's where residential real estate comes in. Commercial real estate comes in, we need a place for business, we need a place to buy and sell things, we need the retail stores and whatnot. That's where the commercial real estate come in. Then we also have a land. A land is just a land that anything can be built on. And we also have REIT. So REIT is Real Estate Investment Trust. Now, a real estate investment trust is pretty much a company that comes together and invests in different companies. And there are ways that individuals can invest into those companies, and the companies will pay you back in dividends and stuff. So we're going to talk about different ways in how to invest into those, on how to invest into different properties and stuff. Once again, my name is w.Wale. I specialize in helping people build real estate investment, helping people build generational wealth. So feel free to ask me any question at the bottom. So I put down a couple of topics that I would like to talk about. And why do people get into investing into real estate? I mean, the obvious answer is to make money, but a lot of times money is not the main reason why we're getting into real estate. We're getting into real estate because we want to build generational wealth. We want to build the kind of wealth that we can pass down to our family over the time. We want our grandkids to have something for them. We want to be able to leave something when we're no longer on this earth. And we want to also have a stable income. So a couple of things that real estate does is real estate allows you to make income every month. Real estate brings the cash flow. Real estate brings the appreciation. Real estate brings a way for you to generate profit. Oh, I have a question. Let me look at the question. The first question says, is going into real estate right now a good idea? Are people buying homes during COVID? Oh man. So I'm a real estate agent, and all I can say is there are not enough houses on the market. Right now, real estate is booming more than ever because a lot of companies are working from home. So and right now we have a lot of low interest rates. So the mortgage companies are giving individuals about 2% interest rate, 3%, which is historically low. And what that means is a lot of people are buying homes, and right now we actually don't have a lot of homes on the market. And Like we have people putting $50,000, $60,000 over, bidding over the price of a house right now, because the market, the market is, there aren't a lot of homes on the market. So it's right now a great time to learn about real estate. Anytime and every time, it's always a great time to learn about real estate. And during the condition that we're in right now, proves that real estate is one of the best investments that you can make, especially in building generational wealth. And that's because a lot of things are shutting down, everything is going down, but real estate is booming up. Houses are appreciating more than ever. A lot of people are buying houses more than ever. So in short, this is more than a good time. This is a great time to get into real estate. Okay, so the benefits of investing in real estate includes passive income, stable cash flow, tax advantages, diversification, and leverage. So let's talk about passive income. Pretty much, passive income is money that comes to you every month or every day, every minute, every second, without actually physically working. The reason why real estate allows you to generate passive income is, let's give a scenario whereby you are a landlord, and as a landlord, you have a house. Let's say the mortgage is $1,500 a month, and you're renting the house for $2,000 a month. That means every month you have $500 coming to you without doing any work. That is passive income coming in without physically doing any work. That's just extra money that comes for investing. Stable cash flow, that's passive income. It's stable, it comes in. People will always need somewhere to live, and that's why real estate is a great investment. Now, there's a lot of tax advantages for investing into real estate. I don't want to get too deep into the taxes, but there are a lot of tax advantages into real estate. Let's see. Guys, I got cut off. And also, I also want to talk about real estate investment trust. So, a real estate investment trust is a company that invests into companies like apartments, corporate buildings, commercial buildings, residential buildings, and whatnot. And what they do is people will invest in them, and they will buy up properties, and you will get a portion of them. There are different ways to get into real estate. You can either become a landlord, you can either flip properties, you can, I have a question. So the question says, I have capital but I don't want to own the property. Where can I invest? So that's a great question, and that's where I was getting into with the real estate investment trust. So those are real REIT companies. What the REIT company allows you to do is to invest into real estate without actually touching or doing anything, investing without actually managing the portfolios, worrying about it. So let's say, for example, there are a couple of real estate investment trust companies. So let's use SPG, Simon Property Group. That's one of the biggest real estate investment trust companies. What they do is they manage a lot of commercial properties like Popeyes, McDonald's, and whatnot. They own the buildings, and what they do is they will sign a 10-year, 20-year lease with big companies like McDonald's and Popeyes and stuff. And you invest in them. So let's say you invest $10,000 in them through stocks. So you buy the stocks and you invest some money into them. Every quarter, for investing in them, you will get some dividends, and your stock also goes up. So that's how to invest into real estate without actually owning any property. I'm gonna go to the next question. It says, do you typically represent the buyer or the seller? So as a real estate agent, I represent the buyer and the seller. I'm able to represent, both parties. So I represent buyers and sellers. Okay, I've answered this question. Okay. One side. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to secure financing in real estate. So there are different ways to secure financing. So way one is if you have some savings, that could be money from your pocket. That's one way. Another way is called OPM. We also have OPM. So pretty much OPM is other people's money, and that is a great strategy on how to, raise capital. So OPM could be money that comes from the bank. It could be money from a hard lender. A hard lender is like a bank that's not a bank. Hard lenders are like individuals or like small companies that have capitals that will lend the money to you. The big difference between hard lender and a bank is hard lender don't have a lot of requirements and they are much more faster. For example, a hard lender might not care too much about your credit score, but they will have higher interest rates. A hard lender might give you the money faster, but they might give you a higher interest rates. And the banks, okay, so I have a question that says, what are some of the challenges you have encountered in this market from a buyer or seller? So the biggest challenge from the buyer side, I would say, is finding the right property and winning the bid. So because of the situation we're in right now, the interest rate is historically low. And because the interest rate is so low, we have a lot of buyers. We have a lot of buyers in the market and we have less homes. So a typical home in the market right now gets about 15 to 20 offers, and only one person can be picked. So what a lot of people are doing is it's a bidding war. A lot of people are bidding $20,000, $50,000 on top of the homes, which makes it tough versus 6-7 months ago where there were a lot of homes on the market. The next question says, would you recommend a hard lender or the bank? So it usually depends on your situation. I like hard lender because hard lenders are easy to work with, and the only thing with hard lenders is their interest rate might be much higher. But I would, depending on who you are in your scenario, is if you have great credit score and you have a large down payment to put down, a bank might work for you better than a hard lender. But if your credit score isn't that great and you need money fast, a hard lender is also good to work with. So it always depends on what the scenario is, and it's case by case scenario. Okay. Once again, my name is w.Wale. I specialize in assisting people on how to build generational wealth. Feel free to ask me any question. You can drop down the question below and I will answer it. And today we're talking about how to build generational wealth with real estate. Generational wealth is generational wealth is wealth that will pass down over the time. 20 years from now, 30 years from now, how can we build that wealth? And I think real estate is one of the best ways to secure generational wealth. Okay, I think we have a question. Once again, guys, feel free to ask me any question. I'll be answering questions. Okay, so I have a question, and it says, what do you think about commercial space like office space, even though people are working remote these days? So with the commercial space, usually what the real estate investment trust company does is they typically have lease of like 10-20 years. So a lot of times they are not really affected in terms of income coming in and stuff, well, legally. With the office space right now, we're seeing companies like Amazon, Target, Walmart. We're seeing the e-commerce companies who have a lot of demands. We're seeing them looking to buy out spaces, because they have a lot more demands and things are shifting. We're looking at offices being the thing of the past and more people working from home. So, what I think about the office space is it's going to be divided, in a couple of time to come. Once again, guys, let me know if you have any question about building generational wealth with real estate. Sorry, guys, I got cut off. So I have a question that says, so would it make sense to invest in companies like Amazon then? So Amazon has always been a great company to invest in, and I think Amazon will always be a great company to invest in. The reason why you would want to invest in a company like Amazon is because, looking at, the COVID situation and stuff, Amazon exploded. Like Amazon went up by a lot because now there's a lot more demand into Amazon. And as much as Amazon is a e-commerce company, they are into real estate a lot because, they use a lot of facilities for their operations and they are expanding their facilities as well. So, Amazon has a long future ahead of them, and yes, Amazon is a great company to invest in. Someone says, would you be coming with a class soon so we can learn further about generational wealth? Yeah, so I'm actually coming up with an ebook that's going to talk about how to build generational wealth and talk about my journey to building generational wealth right now. So follow me. The ebook will be there sometime this year. Okay, I think we have some questions here. Okay. What are the different types of interest rates? So interest rates is generally calculated based on a lot of things. So when you go to a lender, they look at your income, they look at your credit score, they look at your debt to income ratio. So your debt to income ratio is pretty much, let's say you make $100,000 a year, but then by the time we calculate, let's just say you make $5,000 a month, but then by the time we calculate your car note, your student loan, all these other bills, what is the debt to income? How much are you paying in debt every month, and how much are you paying? How much do you have left over? So that is your debt to income ratio. So those are a couple of the things that are used to calculate your interest rate. So the different types of there are really different types of interest rates, but interest rates are generally calculated based on your scenario, and they are always case by case scenario. Would you be coming up? Okay, so I've answered this question. Okay, so once again, this is DC Now Biz Takeover. I'm today's special guest. My name is w.Wale. I specialize in teaching people how to build generational wealth with real estate. And today's topic is on how to build generational wealth with real estate. I would like to answer any question that you guys might have about real estate in general, any question that you might have about investing in real estate or building generational wealth. So you can get in contact with me directly on my Instagram. My Instagram is Wale the CEO. It's written right on the comment. So you can get in contact with me. Feel free to send me a DM. I will answer any question. I think we have some new people that just joined in, so I'm just going to go over a couple of things that I talked about in a couple of minutes ago. So, the main topic for today, there are three main topics. What are the types of real estate investments, how to secure financing, and how to build generational wealth through real estate. So the types of real estate investments, there are residential, commercial, land, and also REIT. Those are just a couple of real estate investments. A residential is a place that we live in, where we have a family in, where we cannot do without. We cannot do without a residential property, and we will always need somewhere to sleep in and stuff. The commercial buildings, we always need a place to do business. For example, Amazon needs a place to do business. Apart from the office, they have the warehouse and other stuff. So we will always need a place to do business. We will always need land. Land is essential. Land allows us to build properties on top of it. So land will always be there. And also the real estate investment trust, those are companies that allows individuals to invest in them, and their goal is to invest into real estate properties or real estate funds. Okay. Let me know if you guys have any question. We have a couple of minutes left. We have 8 minutes left. I would like to answer any questions that you guys might have about generating wealth, real estate investment, or anything about real estate in general. Okay, so we have a question. Where do mixed-use properties fall in line? So mixed-use properties are, I'll give us an example. So those are the kind of properties that you might have a retail store at the bottom. So for example, we can have like a CVS at the bottom, and then we have apartment buildings on top. If we look at the trend and what's going on now, those are the kind of properties that are being built, and it makes a lot of sense because why not have a giant right down below me where I can just go and do my grocery shopping and I go to my apartment building. So mixed use properties fall. I think if we're looking at investing, a mixed use property is a great idea, and that's where the future is going on right now. And another thing I would like to talk to you guys about is house hacking. So pretty much house hacking is a way to live in your house free or almost free. So what I've seen a lot of people do is buy a multi-unit building. So for example, I have a question. I'll answer the question shortly. What I've seen a lot of people do is with house hacking is, let's say for example, if I buy a multi-unit building, I can rent out one unit and live in the other unit. Or sometimes I can buy a house and live in one, rent out the basement, or rent out a couple of the other rooms, and that's how that's house hacking. I have a question here. What type of area do you do? I'm an investor, but I want to grow my business. Right, Miss Bro, I want to live for free. What type of area do you do? I'm an investor, but I want to grow by sorry. I need to read the question again. Which one do you do? Okay, so for me, for right now, I heavily invested into REIT companies. The reason why I like REIT companies is you have little to nothing to do other than to just invest in them and watch you grow. Okay, I also do flipping. So we go out, look for properties that needs a couple of works, some works or a lot of work, and we will flip them. A great strategy that I like is the BRR strategy, the burst strategy. So the burst strategy is a strategy that allows you to find a building that needs help, that needs some work on. Then you buy the building. So BRR is buy, renovate, rent, sorry, buy is kind of confusing. It's a lot of R's. Buy, renovate, rent. I forgot the other R. It just skipped my mind and then repeats. But there are like 4 or 5 R's. You can Google it. It's called BRRRR. It's a strategy that allows you to buy a property and pretty much renovate the property, rent it, take money back out of the property, and put it back into another property. Okay. Let me see if I have any other question. This is right. Mixed use of properties. Mixed use of properties are the way to live for free. Yes. So if you ever thought of living for free, buying a house and living in the house for free, house hacking is really the way to go. It allows you to rent out the basement or rent out the other unit or rent out another room and live in the house for free. Because the reason why you want to get into real estate is real estate allows you to generate rental income. The property appreciates, most of the time, or let me say all the time, real estate will always appreciate. And especially we're looking at right now in this 2020, houses are appreciated by a lot because there's a lot more demand for people, for a place for us all to live. A lot of people are working from home. I don't see any reason why we would not want to invest into real estate. So real estate is always a great way to build generational wealth. So if you guys have any question about real estate, about building generational wealth, feel free to contact me. My Instagram is Wale the CEO. I will answer any question that you guys may have. And do we have any questions for tonight? Okay, I don't think we have any more questions. Just want to say thank you guys for joining me. I hope. Oh, I think I have a question. How can I connect with you? Yes, you can connect with me on my Instagram. It's Wale the CEO. I'm going to type it one more time before I end this live. Wale the CEO on Instagram. Feel free to DM me, ask me any question. And just want to say thank you guys for joining in. I hope you guys learned something from me. And I look forward to helping anybody into building generational wealth. Thank you for joining DC Now event, and thank you. You're welcome.